What else? Where did it occur? Huh? So you don't want to heard of it? Apparently, because the rest of y'all mouths just froze the fuck up. 118th and Western, right? Okay. So, what neighborhood in Chicago is that normally referred to?
That's Beverly.
Beverly, right?
Yeah.
What do you all know about Beverly?
Upscale people that got money. Well, they like a little bit higher class, like more black people.
Police officers, firefighters, city workers, right? A lot of city workers, your politicians and stuff like that. Some of your politicians stay in Beverly. It's a rather upscale kind of neighborhood, okay? Name some other upscale neighborhoods that you might know of. Wicker Park. You said what? Oak Lawn is a suburb, close to Beverly. Yeah, so it's about the same, right? Oak Lawn, Evergreen Park. What about Mount Greenwood? There's a lot of that all over the place. I don't know, right? Okay, Mount Greenwood is another neighborhood. Okay. What about Ravenswood? Yeah, Ravenswood. What else? So some of y'all just live in Chicago and just don't know nothing about Chicago other than the hood. So that should be a reality to you. Like, maybe I should try to find out about some of these other neighborhoods too. See, when you expand your mindset and you expand your experience, you expand your education in terms of how you see people. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because how is it you want somebody to only understand your ass, but you don't go to understand nobody else? Right? It works both ways. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, I'm looking at some other comments. Andersonville, Lakeview, stuff like that. I have a large social media following, so obviously you all kind of gathered I was going Facebook Live with this. They don't see your faces, though. They just see me talking. All right, so feel free to expound. So the Chicago firefighter, he's a retired Chicago firefighter, and he was shot and killed. How many times was he shot? Not shot at. How many times was he hit? Damn, you guys really don't know. But I bet you if I was asking you about how many twerks. Oh, it was Keisha, Lucretia, Shonda, LaRonda. He was shot one time, okay? Transported to Christ Hospital and where he subsequently passed, okay? And of course, I was asked to just expound on my thoughts about what happened because obviously teaching firearms and this being a concealed carry class, it is definitely something worth talking about. Do you even know what race the firefighter was? Black. Damn. Black. Y'all got to pay attention to the news. I mean, just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Damn. Black retired firefighter, okay? What race you think the attackers were? Oh, y'all knew that shit. Right, I hate to say it. All right, so here we go. As it is told, it was told by Chicago Police Chief of Operations Brian McDermott when he was talking about the situation. It was on 118th and Western, and the retired firefighter was coming out of a popcorn shop there. 4 people approached him, and gunfire was exchanged. So when you hear gunfire was exchanged, what does that suggest to you happened? That they shot or somebody shot and they were shooting at each other, right? So for 4 people to come at you when you're coming out of a popcorn shop, think about what could have happened before he got to the popcorn shop. Because why him? Right? So what possibly happened before he arrived to the popcorn shop? They probably were watching him. Okay? He probably was driving maybe a nice car. Who knows? But from what I hear, carjackers are almost just grabbing almost anything. But I know they're going after certain cars. Not just... Okay, yeah. So it's, more high-end stuff.
Not only that, his age, too. They thought it would be easier than what it was.
Well, arguably, let's look at this now, okay? You could say his age, they thought it would have been easier, and maybe that's easy to suspect, size and age and stuff like that. driving a nice car. And since we said Beverly is what kind of neighborhood? It acts like a suburb, but it's not, right? In the city. More upscale city workers, stuff like that. So you would imagine they probably drive anywhere from decent to pretty good cars, fine cars, right? Right. Homes and stuff like that, nice businesses. It's a neighborhood. It's wonderful, you know, whatever. And so 4 guys approach you. Now, when you hear it in the media, it was 4 guys approached him, gunfire was exchanged. You know some stuff happened in between there, right? Okay, so if they wanted to, let's just say murder was on their mind, what is the first thing you think they would have done when they ran into him? Who's an easier person to rob? Not the way you said it. But is a dead person easier to rob? Some of y'all saying no? Yep. Something wrong with you? I don't know what you. I'm just asking because some of y'all not saying nothing.
I guess there's also food on their own agenda. You know, they want to rob without killing, or sometimes it's just okay.
Yeah. Now, is it the possibility that obviously they were trying to what? Carjack him, right? You would. I mean, not to say this ain't no simple robbery. You don't have nothing to suggest that he got a lot of money for you to have 4 people. 4 people for one guy? You don't know. What if he got $10 on him? 4 people for $10. That's not know who he was, but
It was planned.
huh?
Like it was planned.
Well, planned, sure, but you could get 4 people in the car and go on a carjacking spree. Because you think about it, you're going to need somebody to drive the car that you just got out of. That's one person. You're going to need somebody to accost the other person, too. And there's strength in numbers, right? You need backup, right? Because in case they got backup, right? So you got 4 people, so we can assume this is a carjacking squad, right? So when he pulled out his gun, the firefighter, do you think he was fighting for his life or fighting for property or fighting for both? Probably both, right? Okay. So let me ask you this question. If they wanted to, and I asked you the question already, if they wanted to kill him, what was the first thing they would have done? Shot, right? Because a dead person is easier to carjack, right? So was the method or was the first mindset killing or was it get in the car? They probably didn't think he was going to retaliate, but you got, well, I don't want to say they didn't think he was going to retaliate because they were armed. So if you're armed,
But they just expect him to defend himself. They didn't expect him to have a gun.
well, sure enough, but let's not get ahead. Let's not.
Not put up a fight though. They thought, okay, he an older man. He ain't gonna put up a fight.
Well, but I don't know if we can readily assume that because if all of them were armed, do we want to assume that they didn't think that he was gonna fight?
It's intimidation when you armed.
You said what?
It's you intimidating when you armed.
Well, if you're heavily armed, are you expecting a fight?
No.
What? If you heavily armed, you're expecting a fight. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Yeah, if you're heavily armed. Huh? You said you what?
I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah.
Shit.
I disagree. Because some people that have guns like that, they don't know how to shoot them and they don't expect to shoot them and they using it just to, like I said, they want people to think, oh, he got this big gun, he gonna kill me, here go my keys. They never intend to shoot it. And then when he pull out a gun, it's like, oh shit, he finna kill, oh yeah, now I gotta use this gun.
So you're talking about them using the gun in terms of threat of force or intimidation.
Right.
But I'm glad we're having this discussion because it's causing you to do what? Think. Absolutely. So you're talking about using the gun where there's a possibility for the threat of force. Is that for most people thinking that way or some? Some. Because most people, when they're heavily armed, they're what? They're ready to shoot. They're expecting to fight. That's why they're heavily armed. That's like carrying a Draco with a 30-round mag and no rounds. Don't make me. What they say in the hood, don't pull it unless you're going to what? Absolutely. So most people, when they pull it, 9 times out of 10, they thinking that it's going to be what? It's probably going to